What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Queen Neffy. It's the Vibe Session, Major Zone Radio. Y'all know we always bringing y'all some of the hottest artists, entrepreneurs, just overall dope people out here doing it on their own, getting it out the mud, putting on for the culture, y'all. And I'm super excited. Not only do we have a friend of the show, a friend of mine, okay, let me let y'all know about this guy right here sitting across from me. We got University of Alabama graduate, U.S. Army combat vet, audio engineer, founder, and creative mind, but behind the King's Child and Sin No More clothing brands, overall dope person, dope individual. Rod Harris is on the show today.
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing, Queen Nat?
Man, it's always so good to have you.
Yeah, I gotta start it off right. And then I
Okay?
gotta do gifts first, man.
Listen.
Cause I appreciate y'all, and I be seeing some people be
Unbelievable.
can't do them like that. We gotta bless you, hoodie.
Thank you so much. I gotta open it real quick.
Oh yeah, he's got you.
Look, y'all, I gotta show the people. Listen.
Had to get you right.
Hoodie, fire. Look at that.
Yes, indeed. Our Sin No More collection.
Yes, sir.
Wars.
That's fire.
Love it, man. Love it, man. That's we definitely appreciate you. I just want to make sure you feel our appreciation every time we come up here. Every time. Every time.
Listen, Rod always shows love. Thank you so much, Rod. I'm gonna take some fly pictures on.
I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing. This swag always be on 100,000.
I try to do a little something. You know, I try for sure. So how have you been like since the last time on the show? You doing good?
Straight a second. I'm up, man. Yeah, spiritually and peace, and I'm in peace. I'll say that, last fall, that's when my herniated disc got real bad. I wasn't walking for a couple months, so I told God then, I was like, I'm gonna take advantage when I can start back. Well, I never even knew I was taking walking for granted the way I was until, needed help. So yeah, man, coming from that, and then, the collection's doing good. I mean, good or bad, I don't think it would take the joy away that I have right now, because I'm just in another space. Like, it don't even have nothing to do with anything to do with the business. It's just the family's good. I know God's walking with me. That's enough. I'm cool.
That's beautiful. And so you have a beautiful family. To wifey and
yeah, man. Old lady, Penny, what's good?
Absolutely. Send it up to them. So I seen you working, man. You were just at K104.
Yeah, man.
Tell me about that. How did that come about?
Shout out to Fly Muchacho Accomplice, and shout out to Rick Hustle. Just God, shoot, man. I can't even be. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a hard time explaining stuff to people nowadays. Only thing I could be like, man, it's just God, because one, I'm smart enough to know I'm not a smart businessman. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also wise enough to know that there's just certain things that I pray for and I see it happening. So I'd be a fool to be like, yeah, this is how. Man, honestly, I was just talking to God. I was like, man, I need to come up with some new marketing strategies. I need to get out here and get the brand out just a little bit more. And then, Comp hit me up and was like, yo, a new merch out, right? He's like, come up here and bring it up here. So I was just going up to K104 just to drop off merch. I didn't go up there for an interview. And it just turned into that. So that's what I'm saying.
That's
stuff like
crazy. So it just happened organically.
Organically.
Wow. That's
Yeah, I've known Accomplice for a long time from working with BC and doing Southern Fried Market. I met a lot of people.
See.
And always, big bro, what's good, man? Yeah, so working with BC and just, being a solid guy in the industry, because that's how BC gonna groom you anyway. Just to be on the up and up about stuff. Yeah, so yeah, just being solid and having these relationships, man. Relationships, man, they're gonna take you a lot further than money. I mean, it's the same as I obviously. I haven't paid anybody for any branding, for anything like that. It's been happening organically. God just been having people who actually love and what I got going on and what we're doing. Those are the people who've been reaching out and showing love. It's been amazing. Even the people who don't have to reach out to me, that are finding ways to reach out to me to let me know how much they like the brand. That's That's how I know it's just all God. Like,
You got favor on you.
yeah, I'm not, I try to stay humble about it. I don't like to brag about it. I know God is walking with me. I've been through enough, and I've been through enough storms just to know that the storm, is just a cover for him to work a little bit better. And you know what I mean? And that's how I take it, man. It's just, I know I'm walking with God. I know he walking with me. They'll call it favor. I'm gonna just stay humble and just say I'm just thankful.
Thankful.
Yeah, I'm just super thankful.
Grateful. Shout out to the man above.
Man, for real.
Looking out. So the new line is "Send no more crooks and whores." First off, I love that name.
I
Like,
appreciate it.
before we get into it, where did you come up with that concept?
Man, like this whole concept for Sin No More, I already know I want to do a collection about Sin No More, just because like when Jesus would talk to the people that the Pharisees or people, just say in the church wouldn't want you to be talking to, he's talking to them. But after he gets done talking to them and introducing himself and what he's about to them, it was, or healing them. Some people was just coming straight for healing. Like he would never say nothing complicated, like how churches say. And when they heal you, like, now make sure you sign up and be here to serve here, and or make sure to you're paying tithes, and that's important. But what's more important is your soul. And he would say just 3 words: sin no more. And he would say nothing else. And you're like, man, how that's mind blowing. Especially to know who he is and just how simple it was. And it makes, and I want to remind people that, you know what I'm saying? Most people are getting pushback from, I'd say 97% is Christians. And it's cool with me, because then I have to remind them what the word says. I'm not taking nothing out of thin air and saying he said it. Everything we do is in the word. And it's that something. Then when you remind them where it comes, they're like, all right, I get it. And it's like, man, I wish you would have already known this. It's probably people you done hurt by not knowing that. You know what I mean? So Sin No More is a collection that's just based out of, hurt that the church can give, and at the same time, the love that God wants you to feel. So it's that. But the first drop with crooks and whores is in the verse. It's in Matthew 21. It's a parable about the 2 sons, and it's basically Jesus is basically putting in comparison, like, say the people in the church who they dress a certain way, they act a certain way, they talk a certain way in the church. You know what I'm saying? And how they think they're here, right? And then they think like people like us, like, also another word to use out of the Bible or phrase is the least of these. We're the least of those people, right? How they view us and how they don't really jump to help us. You know what I mean? They, like, if you're in that nonprofit that they help, maybe. I'm talking about just walking down the street, seeing an undesirable, or, the crook or the whore. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Jesus was like, nah, like that ain't it. One, these are the least of these, but two, when he's talking to them and they get saved, they change, and it's for real. You know what I'm saying? They really been through it. While you got these people who's supposed to know the word, they ain't really changed. So basically what Jesus told them at that time was, look, man, the crooks and the whores, they're the ones who are going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. That's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? For them.
They still struggle.
They still struggle with it. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of them, I think I feel it's important for, people outside the church, but also I think people in the church, man, this would be like a revival moment for you to realize that, man, you could possibly be doing more damage. You could be possibly doing more hurt, and you're doing it in the name of Christ, a Christ that they haven't had an opportunity to meet yet. You're the first representation of him. And now, like, after that representation, they met with, hey, it's no love. That's why so many people have so many different words about church. Oh man, they're this abortion, and they hate this, and I hate you for how you walk and dress and love and this, that, and the third. But it's like, where in the Bible did it say I was supposed to do that. Where did it say that? Yeah, I mean, it's God really gave simple commands. It's mad simple.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with love.
Mm-hmm.
And it has nothing in there about hate.
Nothing.
There's absolutely nothing in there about hate except for, like, I hate sin, I don't hate the person. It says something about, you know, where you touch his kids, you might as well tie a millstone around your neck and jump into the middle of the sea. That's like, and the only time I've seen Jesus get like crazy active was in the church. You know what I'm saying? Went in there to, you know, crack whips and flip tables. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they was doing it wrong. So I see my God different. And you know what I'm saying? I see him that way because I can truly say, like, I know his love and I know I don't deserve it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And if more Christians, actually all of y'all, would start thinking like, yeah, all three of y'all, man. If y'all would start thinking like that, you know what I'm saying? And look at the world in the way that you're grieving for them, you'll have more mercy for them. You have more love for them, and really want to introduce them, you know, to God the right way. You know, he gave 2 commands, which was, you know, love him with everything you got, mind, body, heart, soul, spirit, right? And then the second command, which is just his say, is just as important as the first command, which is love thy neighbor. But then it's a second part to it, as you love thyself. So when you're running to people who say they're Christians and they don't have love for you because you're not what they expect, what they want you to be, or how they are not in saved like they are, then dog, they don't love themselves.
Right.
So
And they hiding they stuff.
they hiding it.
Because everybody got something.
Everybody.
Nobody lives perfect.
Nah, not at all. And
Yeah.
you can't be. There was only one man who lived perfect, and that was Jesus. So like, don't chase. I tell people, like, don't chase the perfection of Christ, like, because you ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? You can chase his excellent and like chase the description of, like, that's the easiest thing to be if you want to be Christ-like, man. Just be the description. What was Christ's description? Man, he was loving. You're like, man, Jesus was understanding. Like, man, he was merciful. He was patient. He had time for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't walk on water. You can't, you know, there's just certain things you're not gonna be able to do that he did.
Exactly.
But those things you can do, work on that, and if you do, it'd be less of the hate. It would be no hate. This whole, like, this nation would change.
What's crazy is you led into a question that I had for you. It was later in the interview because I ain't want to get, heavy at first, but it's right on time because I was going to ask you about how, like, so many people are affected about, with what's happening in the world right now in our country, and so many isms, like, we're kind of in a dark time when you look at the scope of where people are vibrating. We vibrated kind of low. So what would you say to people wondering, like, where is God now? Will he protect my family? Will he protect us from what's happening? What would you say to the people wondering that?
I say, yeah. Simple. I say, yeah.
Mhm.
I say, God always has a way of correcting things. I know when people they see bad things happening, they're quick to be like, God, what are you doing? But you still don't, like, if you get out of the narrative that Satan was just this fallen angel and he's just bound. And I mean, even in Job, it tells you Satan, he comes into God's court saying, I've been roaming the earth. So think about it like that. He is a tester and an accuser. He's always going to God's court and accusing people. It's not God sending a storm. He can still give it guidelines. I mean, if you just look at Job, like, he didn't cause none of that to happen to Job. Job didn't lose anything because God was like, let me take it. Job was like, he had no faults. He was basically perfect. Like, he had no faults in God. That was all Satan, the great accuser that took everything. But God was like, yo, you can't do this to him. You can do whatever. All right, cool. This, you trying to prove something? I already know how this is going to end. You can do whatever you want. Don't kill my man. That's it. So I started looking at things like that. Like, God may not send a storm, but he can still give it guidelines. You know what I'm saying? I look at the storm sometimes as, this is my training ground. This is gonna make me stronger when I come out on the other end of it. Don't get caught up in people doing their atrocities and putting God's name on it and saying it's a religion. Because, I mean, listen, the Bible debunk everything. Like, who cares what people are talking about? Getting the word for yourself, you see it. There's no such thing. Jesus never wanted to be a head of a state. He never said, "Oh, y'all gonna be Christians." It was never that. It was always free will, and it was like, "Hey, but I'm here,
And I'm gonna share this with you.
yeah, and I'm gonna share this with you, and I love you, and you know what I'm saying. We should try having unity. We should try having peace. Hey, we should help this person. We should do that." Like I said, the characteristics. So if people are claiming and saying like this is Christian, like just like Christian nationalism and all this, but where is that in the Bible?
Right.
So how are you getting that? Jesus was clear about separating church and state. He even said it when the Pharisees tried to trap him about taxes. They were like, what do you say about us paying taxes? You know, they're trying to be all funny. Jesus was like, let me see your coin. Let me see what you got. He looks at it, he's like, that Caesar on there? Is like, yeah. He's like, pay Caesar what you own, pay God what you own. It was simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just too many people that have too much of a following, too much of a platform, and they're just making chaos out of something that if you just actually go on your word, you actually read it for yourself, you just know who's wrong. You know who's wrong, who's in the right, and you just know, hey, pray for him.
Yeah.
I don't have to vote for this man. I don't have to like this man, but according to the word, I still gotta pray for him. You know what I'm saying? And me knowing the word and knowing that how God used bad kings in the Bible,
Yeah.
I'm going, okay, he can use this for good.
Yeah.
But me saying that doesn't neglect the atrocities that's going on, the things that are going on around the world. Like when I tell you, like, if you're a real Christian, your heart should very much so grieve. When I see like I see the kids and like Gaza, like not even just the kids, the civilians, you know what I'm saying, and the things and how they're dying and how they're killing them and the things they're doing to them. It's just, and this is coming from somebody who's a combat vet. That like breaks me. Like I mean, come on, man. There's no way. It's no way you can love God and get behind stuff like that. You know that I'm not saying I'm here to condemn one state, but I am here to condemn actions and say that's just wrong.
So you were talking about the kids in Gaza, and it's so hard to watch. Like those videos, they hit your timeline, and honestly, sometimes social media now for me is depressing. I had made a Facebook post basically where I was like, man, when we first got on, because I'm a millennial. So, we were at the beginning of the social media era. MySpace, Black Pop, Live, tell my age. So, and it was fun. All you had to worry about was who was going to be in your top 20 or whatever it was on MySpace. Like, it was just very light and fun. And right now, it's heavy. Do you feel that way too?
Yeah. I feel like we've gotten desensitized to things. Cause I remember back in the day, like like the gory type stuff, it would be like a whole nother page or website or something, or it'd be a button you have to press to actually like get permission to watch it and stuff. Um, yeah, I definitely think that is adding to, because you're just seeing so much of it in such a short period of time. You know what I mean? Like one of the things, the reason they say like a lot of us soldiers have PTSD is because we're seeing so much death. Like the amount of death you're seeing, like when we left, they told us, you've seen enough death for 10 lifetimes. Man, what the
Can't imagine.
what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so just think about that on your phone. It's time
Every day.
because every day you're just like, so it's the same thing. We're experiencing enough death and atrocities that last lifetimes, and you're seeing it in one lifetime.
And one day, sometimes. I felt like they used to censor stuff. Let's see, Enrico in. Like, I don't know if you heard about the guy that was beheaded out here. Seen the video. Oh my God, what am I watching?
I'm such a dad. I see the video. I'm like, yo, why is that lady standing there with her daughter or whatever? Like, she's holding it. I'm like, get out of there. Like,
Hey, run.
like I should oh man, it's crazy. I think sometimes it's cool to know, but I don't think sometimes it's cool to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if we read that, I think, all right, cool. So this is what happened and such and such. But actually just seeing the actions in itself, yeah, that was freaking crazy. Even down to Charlie Kirk. Like, listen, just to get out there, like this has not supporting, don't that this has nothing to do. Just the action of what happened. To actually see that. Like, imagine if they had a video of Abe Lincoln getting popped up. Like we seen JFK. You know what I mean? It's wow, but right after you seen that, it's like, what was it? Right before that was the beheading, right? So it's that, then
Does it got its head?
and the kid that
Like,
the
what?
kids are getting hung. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot, bro. It really is a lot, man. And I don't know how you go about censoring it now, because it's like the people were like, oh, we already got it. Like, why would you take it away now? So yeah, but I actually think mentally that has its effect on people, and I think it has its effect on how people are so quick to do violence because it takes the value of a life away. It's always stuff has been happening like this. You know what I mean? It's always been
You just
happening
see
like
it.
we're just seeing it
Yeah.
in your face. Like literally, you don't have to wait till was it 9 o'clock news or 5 o'clock news. You don't have to wait for none of that. Literally, you're about to go to lunch on your job, ruined your whole mood.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's crazy. So mental health, man, please see somebody.
Yeah. So I know you got into your author bag, writing books now.
So
Congratulations.
I
Tell me about
appreciate
that.
we on the second one.
Mhm.
A little encouragement. That's always the head title for him. Subtitle for the last one was devotion for pastors and pimps. So it's just basically a play on what Jesus used to say is for the Jews and the Gentiles, you know, the clean and the unclean, and to make a point like, you know, some people they have a problem with that. But like, why would you put the word pimp next to the name pastor? Like, duh, you gonna have a problem if you see a pimp talking to a pastor and the pastor's praying for him? Like, gonna have the same response? So yeah, it's a little shock, but it's one of those devotions where you ain't gotta be saved. And that's why I started writing. It was just I would read and I have battle buddies I was in Iraq with, and they just be like, man, send me something. And so that's why I started really just writing them and sending them. But uh yeah, it's been helping so bit. I've got them in prisons in Florida.
That's
Trying to work on expand. I want them in all the states, but starting in Florida, I have an uncle down there, and he does a prison ministry. But yeah, I mean, that's what I write for, because I think the way God just breaks down stuff to me, He breaks it down at like the smallest form. Because like when I talk to God, I be telling, I'll be honest, I be like,
yo, listen,
man,
we need to tap in.
I'm slow. You know, I'm not smart. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yes, you are.
But
You seem smart to me.
yeah, but that's only because that's God using me and He's speaking through me, and it's His wisdom. It's not mine. It's not wisdom that I have to tap in. It's not mine. He gives it to me for moments to that He can get the glory.
All right. So, Rod, I wanted to ask you, with the state of what's going on, what duty does the church have in 2025?
Peacemaking,
Peacemaking.
peacemaking. The same. They have the same duty they've been had from when Jesus ascended in the air and said, "Now go."
Mm-hmm.
It's been the same. I think what's going on in the church though is like that, like when you mix your own personal ideology and you try to mix it with Christianity or the Bible, it just don't go, and you'll just add more chaos to it. So I feel like it is very much so the church's responsibility to denounce hate, even if it's coming from their own congregation. I think it's also the church's duty to not accept idol worship. And to me, that's how you praising a man and you praising him like he's like they're the savior. I think that's the duty. But overall, I just think it's love. I think it's love, denounce hate, and to be the salt of the earth. I mean, the Bible's very clear, man. We're supposed to be the salt of the earth. We're supposed to influence the world. The world isn't supposed to influence us.
Exactly.
That's why I feel like I can go anywhere I want to. It's not gonna affect me. But I plan to affect some people in a good way. You know what I mean? I plan to, when I step out the house, to step up for somebody that needs to be stepped up for.
Mhm. I love that.
Yeah.
Say no more, crooks and whores. Where can we order?
Right now, man, hoodie season is popping. We still got the shirts too, but shop tkchow.myshopify.com, or, just type in TKC on Instagram and say, hey, man, just send me the link. And I have no problem doing that. No
Okay.
problem. Yeah.
And you said drop your handle one more time, your Instagram handle for the
Instagram handle, you can just put TKC in, it'll pop up, or you can put the King's Child TCO. Either way, it's gonna pop up. But
Let's go. I love it.
For sure.